Hey, welcome to a very special Hey Meta, Take Me to the Movies. This is Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie special edition. Our journey takes place towards the end of the school year, and Arnold is in 5th grade. All of his classmates are ready for the summer. He is constantly dreaming, constantly having sort of adventures in his mind, dealing with the loss of his parents and trying to find them, and he embarks on a journey to find them. Well, as the story progresses, he gets offered a chance to actually go on a trip to the same place where his parents went missing. Well, in the likelihood of that, he succeeds and he comes across pirates. So the adventure takes place of them trying to outthwart the pirates, but also making it to where they find out what actually happened to Arnold's parents. Meanwhile, Helga Pataki deals with her feelings for Arnold, and it all comes boiling to the top. So, with all that being said, this is like a grandioso adventure where they put all the cards on the table. And you actually, even for a snippet, get a lot of the reoccurring characters that make an appearance into the show. So, to me, this episode or movie was all about closure. They closed a lot of story gaps and they actually answered a lot of questions on what happened and what went on with the Hey Arnold series. The way it all comes to a head is very slow at first, but then after probably about an hour or so, you really start getting a sort of fast forward to it. And I mean, they really buckle down and they really start going through the paces in the storyline. I mean, it starts off slow and it's just like boom, boom, boom. A lot of events happen. To me, I think they were trying to make a lot of stuff fulfilled within this one particular movie. And even though during the TV time it was 2 hours, but if you take out commercials, it had to be at least, I would say, probably about an hour and 30 minutes at most. So to me, they were really sort of pushing the envelope, really pushing for time, trying to just sort of really bring things to a full head. So if you don't mind them sort of suturing up things really fast at a fast pace, you might really like this. But if you wanted more of an in-depth, more of a really in-depth story, you're not really going to find much with here. It's going to be really cliche to say this, but the hero of the story, Arnold Shortman, which by the way wasn't dwelt on in the series much, but or in this part, but in the actual series, his last name was always sort of a mystery, but now they're just throwing it out there. Anyway, I love how they just sort of really sort of dig into the deep psyche of this character, really show the depths of his character and how he has conflictive sides to him. And for me, this was all nostalgic. What this movie was about for me. It was nostalgic. I grew up with this cartoon. I remember back in the day whenever it would come on Friday nights, along with all that and Keenan and Kel. I really dug into this series, and it was one of the cartoons that I really enjoyed. And anytime it would come on Nickelodeon, I'd always watch it. So for me, this story is more about nostalgia than anything else. And that's one reason why I really enjoyed seeing an in-depth storytelling of Arnold, because he was always a cool, laid-back kid, and actually see him sort of gripping with terms and sort of coming to the realization of things. It's heart-wrenching to see a character you always seen as strong, but now he's sort of left vulnerable. And especially in the way they done it, because I'm used to seeing him in one light, but now they took him and put him in another light. So that's really a ground-shaking thing for me. Okay, it comes to the end of the program. Meta's 3S's. What would I rank it? Is this something that you need to see for yourself? Is it definitely a success? Is it something that I could watch over and over again? Is this a second? Is this something that needs to be either told further on, or do we need to embellish in it more? Is it a sequel? I would definitely have to say it is a success. While they left the story sort of at a closure point, because that's what this was all about, was closure. I don't really see them trying to invest too much more into the story, unless they want to do what the Rugrats creators did and do a years later story when they're adults. I don't really see that happening, so I don't really see a sequel unless they just want to dive into the series again and do whole new stories or refresh characters or give continuations of stories. Who knows? And as far as seconds, I watched it for nostalgic. If there's nothing else on TV, or they had this movie in the $5 bin up at Walmart or anywhere else, not sponsored, I would maybe consider purchasing it, but I'm not diving into the bin to go look for it. So it's not a sequel, or it's not a seconds. You know, if I see this again, it's fine, but if not, I'm not going to make a big fit about it. So I would say definitely a success. It gave a lot of closure. It closed off a lot of stories. Nothing too major at first, but you see some revolutionary parts of the story, and I'm going to leave it at that without giving spoilers. But let me know what you think of this if you've seen this already, or if you haven't, let me know if you're going to. But my name is Metatron Uriel. You're watching Netflix Entertainment. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave me some comments down below. Subscribe to my page for more content, and stay tuned to the end of the episode for more content. But to all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.